Jai Hind Desh. Tomorrow is the 20th Bravery Day of Lieutenant Nawang Kapadia. Lieutenant Nawang Kapadia was commissioned on September 2, 2000 in the 4th Battalion, the 3rd Gorkha Rifles. And just after 2 months, on November 11, he fought bravely and sacrificed himself in an encounter in Kupwara district. He was so young, and it's been 20 years, but it is so fresh for all of us. So today, we have the brave parents of Lieutenant Nawang Kapadia, Harish Uncle and Geeta Auntie with us to share the childhood, the growing up, and sweet little memories of our brave hero, Lieutenant Nawang Kapadia, with all of us. No one is a born hero. A hero is being raised by a brave parents. So today, Desh is really honored to have the brave parents and the loving brother of Lieutenant Nawang Kapadia among all of us. Thank you so much, Uncle and Auntie, for being here. Welcome, Bhaiya.
Hi.
Yeah.
Thank you, Adrit Anusuya, for having us.
Auntie, please share his childhood, how he was in his childhood.
I think Namang, even as a baby, I think just when he started talking itself, he was very particular about the way he dressed. He always liked his shirt buttoned up. And anybody in uniform, he would salute. All his games were around war. And he really, as he grew up, he really took keen interest in army. And I think when he was about 8 year old, I remember somebody said that, what do you want to be when you grow up? So I said, I don't know, he will choose. He was so upset with me. He said, why did you say that? I have decided that I am going to go and join army. So why did you hesitate? You know?
So you all were like civilians, like he had a civilian background, but yet he had this interest on armed forces and always wanted to join army from his childhood. Isn't it, Auntie?
Yes, we were civilians. On Harish's side, the Gujarati family, of course, they had no clue about army at all. But I come from a background which is Maharashtrian. I did have a brother in law who was in the army, but more so because Harish was in mountaineering, he had many, many friends who were in the army. So there was a connection in army. So we do used to meet army officers, and we were aware of their lifestyle and other things. They were good friends.
In fact, we used to go to, mountain climbing very often, mountain trekking and climbing. So that is where Nawang was really adventure nature in that. He met a lot of army officers, and I was very much understanding what is Himalaya, how army is fighting there, what's happening. So that was also one of the major beginning for his life about the army and adventure. But then, as Geeta said, they are always constantly, into an army mood. I mean, let's say to say anybody in uniform, anybody in the army, and he would very much be immediately attracted to them. So it was maybe not in genes, but at least somewhere it was in his bringing up. Okay.
Auntie,
Uncle
you
shared.
you were in Mumbai at that time also. I mean,
We were all
when you were always in Mumbai only.
we are right from childhood till now. Bombay, Bombay, Bombay. As we always say, Bombay is
Okay.
our Jan, absolutely. Bombay is
Same
very
house.
same house also. 35 years we are in the
Wow.
same house. So we have never changed.
Oh, Okay, then where Lieutenant Kapadia, did his schooling, and how was the school life? What was his like and dislikes about the subjects and all?
He always wanted to be independent. That he always thought that because he had an eldest brother, and since like the small thing, like Sonam was allowed to cross the road on his own, Nawang was not allowed to cross because he was 3 years younger. So he wanted to take that one step ahead all the time, and he did it. He would pester me, and there were one or two times which we were very anxious when there were no phones. He didn't reach in time, and we got anxious and things like that. But he did manage to travel alone. In fact, he went to Pune alone when he was 11 years old. And well, he did miss the person whom he was going to miss, and there was a tension. But because there were only trunk calls at that time, we came to know about it later. And Nawang said, see, I went on my own. I didn't meet uncle at the station. I took a rickshaw, and the rickshawala thought that I was a everyday traveler, and he took me to the right place, without making. So he wanted that. And also, very importantly, I think I always said that if you're strong, you have to look after the weak people. So he did that. Uh, both of them, Sonam and Nawang, both of them, they would look after the grandparents very well. He never afraid of anything. They would say, we are there to look after. So that concept was always there in his mind that, you know, if I'm strong, I must look after people who are weak.
So he was always responsible from the childhood, like taking care of the grandparents.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
responsible. Sonam Bhaiya, you both used to fight in the childhood because the age difference was not much. Bhaiya, it is not audible.
Sorry. So what I was saying is, Nawang was 24 when he was killed, right? Now, when you are young, I mean, now I'm in my 40s now. 3 years doesn't look much, right? But when you're 10, 15 years old, 3 years is that's the word, right? So the difference looks quite a bit. But the thing was, Nawang and I, we were two brothers. All the friends which we had were also mostly two brothers, except for one friend who had a younger sister. All boys, right? As if that is not enough, we went to an all boys school. So, I think fighting was normal. That was something that boys do. You wrestle, you get into it, but and you never complain. So if you get hurt, you get hurt. You take it, right? You don't go crying to someone like, "Oh, he hit me." That was worse than the fight, right? But because you fight, we had come up with a couple of ingenious ways to solve our problems. So one of the things Nawang liked and I liked as well is food. So we liked food. We liked it a lot. We like to eat a lot. We like to eat good stuff, right? But when you're two brothers and when both of you like food, the problem is how do you divide it, and that leads to a lot of fight. So if you get a bar of chocolate, right? How do you divide it so that you don't spend the next 30 minutes arguing about it and creating a problem? So we had come up with a perfect solution, and it's unbeatable, right? So the way the solution works is this: when you get a bar of chocolate, one person gets to pick how to divide it. So he makes the cut, Okay, the person who's not made the cut gets to choose which piece to have. So this system, you cannot beat it. It gets you the perfect to the millimeter sharing of the food. So we tried not to fight. We tried to come up with our own ingenious solutions on how to avoid it. But yeah, it's part of it. It's part of growing up. It's part of having a younger brother that you do get to you do get to fight with them. But these are brotherly fights, right? You fight after 10 minutes, you're back to
Absolutely.
normal. I mean, we were obviously I was tremendously proud when he decided to join the OTA. It was in Chennai, so I ended up seeing him there many times because work used to take me there. So it's wonderful growing up with a younger brother who's so committed to a cause and wanting to really get. I mean, at that point, obviously, none of us had any idea, right? I mean, that sort of developed over time, and I'll let Mayan Baba talk a little bit more about it. I just wanted to introduce my wife, Charu. She's joined us as well.
Hi.
So
Hi,
she
ma'am.
wanted to
Hi.
be part of the
Hello.
Vartalab as well. Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Not at all. It's a pleasure and an honor to be part of this chat.
Uncle, please share some of your memories when Lieutenant Navang Kapadia accompanied you to your adventurous trips to the mountains.
The mountain, he was a very strong person naturally, right from young days. And wherever we go, he would be coming. And in fact, Sonam and Nawang both were almost age of 6 years or 8 years, and they come with me for a long expedition. We are all a lot of group of friends. So they also thoroughly enjoyed walk around, and he would insist that he should be properly dressed as a mountaineer with a rope hanging here. You got many pictures of him, standing with a rope and all. So that was also his, passion and enjoyment. But then the main turn it took when we went to Siachen Glacier. That was later in '96. So that time he came with me, and he was fascinated to look at the guns and army soldiers and everybody staying at high altitudes fighting. And there were lots of Jawans, officers almost of his age. They were about just 2, 3 years older than him. So we could hear, they're staying in one army barrack, and we see on the next room there was going on. So that was Nawang and army officers were talking. That really fired his imagination. I must do this and I must do that, because otherwise we were cloth traders. I was selling cloth in a big shop in market Mumbai, and he was supposed to join me and stand at the shop because Sonam went off to banking. But then evening when I'll come, you find his, face little small and so go, why? I said, what happened? Okay, I don't like it here. This is like an air conditioned jail for me. That's the term we use. I'm in air conditioned whole day and doing nothing. So I would like to, what would you like to do? Okay, you have done with adventure. I've come with you to mountains and I know what is that freedom. So I would like to do something about it. And my chosen field is army. I would like to go to the army because on Gita's side there were army generals who were very close friends and relatives. So that's what he decided. And once he decided, then he worked very, very hard to get in and become a very good officer. So that was, his early days in mountains, which really fired him up completely.
Uh, Actually, why Lieutenant Kapadia had chosen Gorkha Rifles? Is there any particular reason to choose the particular unit of Gorkha Rifle?
Well, Gorkhas are hill people, so naturally, we were all the time talking about Gorkhas and Gorkha stories. And from Darjeeling, we had been many times. There are a lot of Gorkha friends, Sherpa friends, but they are sort of generally same ethnic race. So that was it. And then we had a sort of a friend, General Ranjir Singh ultimately. So he was of a general in the Gorkhas. So it was he who was very excited about Nawang coming. And he said, if you want, I can arrange to join my exact regiment, 4 by 3 Gorkhas. And that he was very happy to join with. And Then away, it was unfortunate that he passed away quickly. But otherwise, Gurkhas are a great fun troop, very easy to control, and naturally the most brave fighters. So he would have really enjoyed with Gurkhas. He would have become, because his name was also Nawang, which is a Sherpa name. So
Yes.
there are Sonam and Nawang, both are typical Sherpa names. So basically, there also it was a kind of almost Gurkha name in 4-3. Also, there are many Nawangs among the Jawans. So that was also right from his blood. He was wanting, I am Nawang, I am a Gurkha, I'll go there. And so that was itself also one of the part of excitement that he was living with.
Actually, when I was searching Lieutenant Nawang Kapadia's name in the War Memorial app, and when I had just typed Nawang and gave the search option, so many Ladakh Scout martyrs whose name were Nawang came. So that time I
Mhm.
actually guessed that he was
Yeah.
destined to be there, Nawang, in
Yes.
the Gorkha Rifles.
Oh, okay.
I think one of the things, Nawang was always keen on when he was in UTA, that he wanted to join the infantry. So infantry was something, he said, I mean, obviously army has, armored, artillery, supplies, a whole bunch of things which you can do with them. But he was absolutely clear that army for me, really what I want to be doing there is to join the infantry. And in the academy, they identify these guys early, saying these guys are hardcore or they're olive green because they're the ones who want to from day one they say I'm going to join infantry and that's all I'm going to be doing. So infantry was something he was very, very clear on. Gorkhas, he had the influence in the same 96 expedition. They met with Brigadier Randhir Bhai, and there was a lot of influence of that. He was a big guiding force in shaping his mindset to join the army and how to do it, what the life would look like. And my mother's uncle was he had served in Kumaon Regiment, which is also a hill regiment, again
Yeah.
an infantry regiment. So there was a lot of influence of those as well.
And
Auntie, Anusha, you said.
what was his what was his reaction when he got the chance to join OTA?
I mean, it was not easy, definitely, because in fact, if you talk a little in detail, so they have that interviews and how they sort of prepare, select soldiers because there are hundreds of them they apply. And out of them, they totally all India they select about 300 people. So there is a huge competition, and each one is brilliant. So, but then it is worth seeing, how in fact that a lot of our Indians would go through that, young boys. It will really make their character. They are not supposed to use the first thing they are told. Okay, look, these are officers and your examiners. They live in these quarters. If anybody goes that side, or any of your relative or a higher minister or anybody telephones them, you are immediately out. No influence to be used, nothing. And so just inform everybody, your parents or anyone, no influence will work at all here. It is very true. And then the examples and the interviews, four people will be sitting and interviewing you, and that itself is a very grueling task for a young boy just sitting there. There is a psychiatrist who will talk to you. Then there are many senior generals who will talk to you, and they mainly ask you the reason why you want to join the army, and they assess the only reason that you want to join the army is to serve the country. If you say, I want to have a career opportunity, this, that, then they just don't want you. All they want is because they know how hard it is later on in life. And if you're going for, say, career or following your father's footsteps, it's not done. So until you are really committed to the army, they won't. And secondly, they have a very exacting medical examination. Even a little, say, Nawanga to go little bit of nose, bone was protruding. All right, you have to remove that because you must have a perfect person who uh, joined the army physically. And in fact, he was about a few kilos extra. So he was given, all right, we'll give you 6 weeks and you run off your kilos and then come back. So he worked very hard and constantly was running in the heat in June in Delhi and absolutely pasina. He stayed with one of our good close friend, Nugyal. And I will phone Nugyal after 1 or 2 days. What is happening? So that Major Nugyal was also running with him and said, Uncle, your son is just now under 7 blankets and he's sweating him out. Because that was the technique. To run, you completely sweat and then you go into more blankets so your heat and your body water is get water. Or when we went to Delhi, I mean, they were strict for food. So you're sitting down with other our general friends and all. And we all were eating very good, soup and toast and whatnot, whatnot. And Nawang was given only one, bowl of very light soup. So he just stretched his hand to pick up a piece of bread. And the general said, Nawang, no, you are under diet. Do you know it you or not? Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. And his poor fellow's face fell, but he was strictly kept under watch. But then he didn't mind it. He worked very hard, and the day he was, agreed and to be taken for OT, and that was also one of the very, happy days for him. Yes, you could see this. There he is with his all young friends
College.
watching around, college friends. So it was a
So,
very hard work, OT and everything. And then once he was in OT, it was a very different world for him. He slowly built up in lots of confidence, and he was a very different Nawang later on.
so can you see the picture which I have put up?
Yes,
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 yes.
Right. So I wanted to put up this picture because this was taken when they were at the services selection board. So Nawang's services selection board was in Allahabad, and this was taken when they had cleared their SSB and they were just getting ready for their medical exams.
yes,
So
yes,
what you can see is, on all the bibs which they're wearing, you can see the red plus sign.
yes,
That
yes.
that red
Medically
plus
recommended.
sign, the red plus sign says that they've cleared the interview process, and now they have to go in for the medical. So we were sent this picture a few years ago by one of the officers who was actually in the picture itself. So he said he wanted to share this. We call this the red plus picture. So I thought, since we were talking about his time at the selection board, I thought it would be interesting to see this.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Bhaiya, when you get this chest number with red plus, so you roam around in the selection center with a lot of pride. When others, when the next batch is giving the exams, means they were yet to get medically recommended, and you are like relaxed with a lot of pride
Yes.
True.
that we are now medically recommended.
That's true. That's true. So it was an interesting experience. I mean, I think he spent I think the whole process took around 2-3 months from services selection board till he had some medical the nose thing which Baba talked about. Plus he had to lose weight. Even once he lost the weight, he had to chase up on the paperwork because he went to Delhi, the paperwork hadn't arrived. Went to Pune. Finally, the doctor said, "Okay, just leave it. I'm going to do it right here and there, and I'm going to sign it off there." But obviously, it was a very, very proud. He was very happy. He was very proud. But I think and he had worked very hard for the last 30 days at least, when he had to lose 11 kilos in a month. So there was tremendous sense of relief that he won't have to do that level of strict food control. But and he had finally made it.
Actually, uncle, auntie, this Shikha Chaki ma'am has commented here. So wonderful to hear about Nawang. Proud to see the cookery in his house. So his Shikha Chaki ma'am's husband, General Chaki, is also from was also from Gorkha Regiment.
Oh.
So yeah, and when here ma'am has written about cookery, I would request Sonam Bhaiya to tell about the cookery brooch that you all have come up with.
Sure. So this is a brooch. It's a small badge which we which we've been distributing via the website for Nawang at nawang.com. It's just about maybe 1.5 inches. It's a small badge which you wear. The badge itself is it's a kukri, which is kukri is the side arm. For those of you who are not familiar with the Gorkha traditions, it's a curved blade. It's very similar to the one, I mean, the one behind my parents. That's more decorative, but it is an actual weapon. It's a weapon which is used in combat. They so along with it's a weapon which all Golkhas carry as a sidearm in addition to their main firearm and their side firearm. So the brooch itself, it's a small kukri. On that is it's the emblem of 3rd Gorkha Rifles, because Nawang was part of 4th Battalion, 3rd Gorkha Rifles. So there's a small crest on that. So we've been giving these away for the past 20 years. I think we must have given away around 20,000 of these by now.
Yeah.
So, you write to us via the web page. We'll post it to you. I think nowadays postage is a little slow, so you need to be far more patient than you would previously. We're very now. I wear it every day with my work clothes, and I've had some fantastic experiences while wearing it. I think there's one which I would like to share as my experience, and I'll share someone else's as well. So I was those days I used to work for a bank, and I used to travel a lot. So I was at an airport, and it's a small brooch. Those days security wasn't. I mean, security never really bothered because it has the crest of India, so they would let me through. So I was sitting on a bus, and the one that takes me to the aircraft, and there was a gentleman in front of me saying, "What is this you're wearing, and how have they let you in with?" So I explained to him. I told him, it's about my brother, and he was, he was really respectful. He went back, wrote me a very, very lovely email about how he felt. This is the right thing to do. It's not a, it becomes a constant reminder of that, right? But I think and a lot of people, once they have it, once they wear it, they write to us about what their experience has been. But the one that really stands out is an email which we received a few years ago, saying that, can you send me a copy of honor badge? And he said, I had got one 10 years ago, and I've been wearing it since then. My pin has broken, and I have my son's wedding coming up in the next month, and I want to wear that as part of my wedding fineries, which I'm wearing. I want to make sure that I wear it. And I'm writing to you a month before, so making so that you have enough time to get it to me. If you guys face any trouble, let me know. I'll send a courier over to pick it up. And I was very touched that after so many years, someone we didn't really know. I mean, we came to know him only through email exchanges. We choose to wear this on his son's wedding. If you give me a minute, I mean, continue with the talk. I'll pull up some pictures of that,
Sure.
so everyone can see those as
Sure.
well. All right. So give me a second. I'll pull some pictures.
Yeah, sure.
Can't hear.
Anusha, unmute.
Yes. Uncle, after joining the troop, when Lieutenant Kapadia was posted in Himalayas, obviously his trekking experiences helped him a lot in that posting.
Yes, he was he went to his regimental center at Banaras, Varanasi, and straight from there he was sent to Almora, where one of the Gurkha battalion was posted. And there he could see Nanda Devi in front of him, the whole Himalayan range, and he was very excited. And I don't know why, but he had made it a habit to call us early morning, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. His habit from OTA. OTA, they were not allowed to call. So all these boys had made a rule. They'll go for a run early morning, 3 o'clock. And come to the gate, there's public call booth. From there they'll call. What for chori chori? But they'll call their families, everybody. And it was taken as a great fun. So every morning, in fact, once we went to OT early morning, 4 o'clock, I got a call. I said, who is this? I'm Nawang. I'm Nawang. Who Nawang? 4 o'clock. He's an OTA. No, 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 I am Nawang. Oh, what are you doing at 4 o'clock? So that's because then he explained, we are not allowed to call, so we do go for a run early morning, all officers. And then at the gate, there is a booth, there is a big queue. We all call up our families. So that became a habit. So Almoda also every morning, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, he'll call us. And we are having a lovely, view of Himalaya in front of me. And he knew quite a bit of those mountains also, about Nanda Devi and others, which he had seen. So he was very much part of this thing. But just now when Sonam was telling you of the kukri, this kukri badge. So one of the finest was, we had gone to England and I was awarded by Queen Elizabeth, the Queen. So that time in the party, Geeta wear a green sari and a kukri and all, we were waiting. So that time, the Queen sort of looked down and said, this is some Gurkha symbol. So Geeta said, yes, it is a kukri of Gurkhas and we wear it in memory of our son. And look at the royalty, they were briefed already that, no, instead of starting thinking it is for our son. Yes, of course, we are told all about it. I'm sorry for your loss, but I hope you are doing something about the peace in Kashmir. So that may they were ready, but then kukri is immediately recognized anywhere in England. You walk around in the streets also, and some guy will come and say, oh, this is a Gurkha symbol. Sir, I always contribute for the benefit of Gurkhas and all that. So it's a very well-known symbol. And there are many, many stories of kukris, both coal as well as with ceremony, because one blow of kukri by a Gurkha is enough to knock out a buffalo. They kill it on the Shira. They just with one kukri, they just kill the whole buffalo. That is a celebration. So it's something very strong and as well as graceful and nice. Oh. So that is it. And then in the Himalaya trekking, all that once he was training, he was on. He was very, very much, part of it. Definitely enjoyed, and he started his life from Almoda in front of Himalaya. Yeah.
Auntie shares some sweet memories and incidents of Lieutenant Nawang Kapadia that.
Well, I think for one thing, he was very fond of food. And I mean, there was no stopping him. And then just when you would feel, okay, that he has had enough, he says, where is the sweet dish? But I said, you have eaten so much. He's saying, but for a sweet dish, there is a different stomach in my system. So let me start all over again. And well, I mean, I think they were, I remember when for one birthday party, I said, Sonam Nawang and one more friend, I took them to a buffet lunch. Buffet was very, very new then. I said, this is where you can eat as much as you want. Of course, they had, I don't know how many platefuls. But when it came to the dessert, all three of them, they came with 7-8 scoops of ice cream. So I said, this, like this. They said, oh, yeah, we can again go and get more also. So this kind of memories are there.
I think, Ma has been, she's been writing recently about all the memories of Nawang, and she talked about the 50th Independence Day. So that was 97. That was it was a couple of years before Nawang would actually decide to join the army. I'll let Ma talk about what they did in 97, 15th August. Ma?
What did it
Ma, do you want to describe it?
About?
50th Independence Day.
50th.
Oh, yes.
50th.
Yes, on the 50th Independence Day, he just went out. He said in the morning that I'm going out. And I was wondering, he's just got up and he's gone out. He comes back with 50 flags. And he said that this is a day of celebration. This is not every day that you come across a country's a very important birthday. And we had to celebrate. So, and actually, I think only two of us we were at home, and my mother-in-law, just three of us we were there. But we took out then big handas that we had and scrubbed them, polished them to the uh, uh, absolutely clean, shining ones. And I told my florist, he gave these flowers and lots of greens. So the whole house was full of 50 flags and with lots of orange flowers and green leaves. I think, unfortunately, I don't have any photographs of that time. We didn't have 2, 3 cameras or things like that. So, but it was really, really very beautiful and grand to do that. And to have thought of that, to celebrate it, just even though we were just few people at home that day.
I have something to say. I always wanted, I don't know why, since my teenage years, in my mind, it was I'll marry someone who has a younger brother. So what was the thing behind it? I didn't know, but I wanted one younger brother and, someone to call me Bhabi or just a younger brother at that time, I guess. In 2000, I have a Rakhi brother who was in the same regiment with Nawang. And he and my brother were school friends since class 4 to class 12. They were in boarding together. So he was my Rakhi brother. And so in 2000, November, around 16th or 14th, I think he called me. And he was also posted in Kashmir. So we used to get along well, and he used to call me time to time, and he used to say, I'm in Kashmir, but you can't ask me where. So whenever he used to you can't call me, because naturally I couldn't get through to him. So he would call me, and by that time I was in Delhi, and then he would call me and he would say, I'm in Kashmir, I can't tell you. And one day he called me and he was very upset, and he said, today I'm very upset. So I said, why, what happened? He said, a young officer passed away, and he was very young, and everybody's feeling very bad, and I have to travel with the body to Bombay and go meet his parents, and I'm just feeling very upset and sad. And we had this conversation, and I didn't know anything about the family. 4 years later, I met Sonam, and I didn't even realize the person he was talking about, Abhay, his name is Abhay, was Nawang. It was after Nawang's death that Abhay called me and said, look, I'm very upset today. And it was just 2-3 days after he passed away. So how lives are so connected, na? That
Absolutely.
4 years ago, I meet Sonam. And even at that time, we didn't realize that it was about Nawang. Then after I met him and I think we got engaged, I came to know that it was Nawang that Abhay was talking about. So I found it, it's like destiny, that lives are so entwined together.
Absolutely.
Auntie, I remember yes, Bhavi, please tell.
So I said very, very few people know about this. Nobody knows. Very few people know that this is how it happened. And anyway, please go ahead.
Auntie, I remember on his passing out parade, there is a photo of you and Lieutenant Nawang's grandmother were piping him. So please share that
Yes.
day's experience.
Yes, my mother had come, and she naturally was also very, very proud. But Nawang's excitement was something else. I remember when they have a line on the ground, which they call Antim Rekha. When they
Antim Pag.
cross that,
Antim Pag.
yes,
Yeah.
they come from they go from the family to the country. They devote themselves to the country, and so they cut off from the family. So his joy was that now I belong to the country. He was so happy, and actually I was in tears. But he said, now I'm totally devoting only to the country.
Yes.
So, and that was the joy you feel in every soldier, you know, that they will now, their focus is totally on their country. Very, very, very proud moment.
So, Anshya, is that the picture you're talking about?
Yes, 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 exactly.
This is the picture. Yes.
Yes.
And I must tell that Lieutenant Nawang Kapadia is so lucky that he had his grandmother in his fighting ceremony. I mean,
Yes.
it's such
Yes.
a memorable moment.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Mm,
Beautiful.
Yeah, they are doing it to his friend also.
yes. Yes, because his parents could not come. There was a rail roko. So we did the peeping ceremony for his friend. And also, there was an interesting thing. The lady who was with us, she she had no children. And when she came for the passing out parade, she said, I have never seen so many young men together. And it just came to me that I wish that it's my next janam, I get one child, but it should be like these.
Now that atmosphere in OTA is absolutely magical, it's
Yes,
electrifying.
yes,
We
yes,
also, I've been once to sort of visit them, and it was an unbelievable experience for us also. They were all busy running around all, and and Gita were asked to wait outside because they had some punishment. They had to go running. There are no parents allowed today. So after about 2 days, he said, "All right, now we are through with the punishment. You come, and but then bring 20 dishes of Chinese food with you." Oh my God, what will you do? Okay, you bring it, we'll see. So you have the 20 dishes of Chinese food inside, and the whole friends and everybody will come. The Palo uncle, Ashirad Devan, and then they start eating. 20 dishes disappear in not even 20 minutes. There's so much, but then great fun. You could feel the warmth of that young boys and everything. And Nawang was maybe just your son, but everybody else was your son, and you're talking nicely and all mix of people. Somebody from Rajasthan, somebody from Kashmir, Punjabis, Bengalis, everybody. And so just one unit and very happy, absolutely enjoying. And that's why I understand this lady. You feel really rejuvenated. There's so much of young people and young energy, all devoted to country, India. So that itself is a very, very great feelings that time.
And and there everyone looks same. You will feel
Yes.
that is Nawang. That is Nawang. Everyone will look like Nawang.
Yes.
So, when he was in when he was in training, I ended up meeting him a few times, and they had this. So you couldn't go into the barracks, at least in the first term. You had to meet at this cafeteria kind of a place which they had. So I was waiting, and the way the OTA was organized was they don't allow the car inside, so you have to get off and You have to walk maybe around 2 kilometers, but in the Chennai humidity and summer, it's a fair bit to walk. So I walked there. I was waiting. No one was showing up. I said, bhai bhai ko mil raha hai. He comes first thing. He looks at me and saying, "What? You've just like walked in without any food, nothing. Please go out and same thing. Buy." So this Chinese place outside of OTA, there was this Chinese restaurant. Literally, like not even 2 seconds, straight away comes and says, "Go back, walk back, all that, and come in." And as sure enough, as soon as you got the food, apparently you become a very popular person in OTA. So it was a very nice. But it's a great complex. It's obviously it's become much bigger over the years. But and we are very proud. We have a friend who's she's going to be graduating in the current batch. Again, and the passing out parade is obviously it's going to be truncated because of COVID, but we're very happy that Kanika will be graduating in future.
I heard about Nawang was when Sonam was saying I was waiting and he asked me to get Chinese food when he saw me. This is the first story I heard about Nawang when I asked him to do something. And he said, I came back with the food. And he just took the food and he ignored me. Ki, chalo, courier aa gaya mera khane ka leke, baki farak nahi padta hai. And then he had the food and Sonam is like, I've come to meet you. Itna 2 kilometer chal ke aaya hu khana wana leke. कुछ तो थैंक यू बोल भाई आया तेरे लिए कहता हाँ गुड so the first thing I had heard, and this other thing I had heard was about Nurani restaurant, how they love food from Nurani. So I'm vegetarian, so one day Sonam said, come, I'll take you to Nurani and show you what Nawang and I used to eat. So when you saw the chicken wings and all that, they used to have some particular dish and I used to say, yeah, I'm vegetarian, but incidentally, I love paneer from there. So now Nurani has become like a favorite for me also. I love the paneer from there.
So Nurani, it's played a very big part in all of our growing up. So not only Nawang and me, but all my friends as well. So the thing about Nurani, it's cheap and the quantity of food is huge. So for growing up teenagers, that's a great combination. So we used to go there often. All friends, we used to be there all the time, and Charu's not the only lady we've taken with us who's been shocked. I have a young sister who's around much younger than me. Whenever she saw us eating and ordering, forget eating, even ordering, she could not stop giggling. So we would have like 30 minutes of straight out giggling. But the story I wanted to talk about was, when after Nawang, we had the local member of the Legislative Assembly, the MLA, come, really wonderful person, spoke to us, and he's one of the few people who was there when during the funeral and all that, but he came after 2-3 weeks. He came by himself, very just to have a chat, and he said, "What can I do for you?" We said, the unit is taking good care of us. If there is anything, thank you for offering. He said, "Why don't we look at naming the road after him?" I said, "Fair enough. Appreciate if you could do it." And we forgot about it, moved on. After maybe 6 months or maybe even a year, all of us, so it's Nawang's friends, my friends, we all got into the car and we said, "We haven't been to Nurani since Nawang passed, so let's go and let's celebrate this." Thing. So we all got in and we were driving, and around 200 meters after home, there is a left turn which we take to go down a steep slope. So we're going down that slope and we see that road has been named after Nawang. There's a huge board put up there saying Shaheed Lieutenant Nawang Kapadia. And we said, this is correct. The day we got into the car to go to Nurani, first time we are going to Nurani after he was killed. And what we see is that we are driving down his road there. So that restaurant, I mean, I'm sure they don't know what a big part it's played in our lives, but it's got a lot of crisscrossing coming through.
Yeah.
These are the signals he sends.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes.
Even to Bhabhi also.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes, true.
I,
Excellent.
I must tell, yeah,
So
I must tell Desh,
no,
I
you
must tell
continue.
Desh that auntie uh, now has been inspiration to so many young Veernaris. I mean, I have seen auntie giving emotional support to Kanika, now to Yashoda. So I would request auntie also to tell something about that. When you have been a great support to Kanika, I know.
See, very early after Nawang, within few weeks, he lost one of the colleague from OTA. That is Lieutenant Bhushan Parab. And that was the time, and Bhushan's father, he was living all alone by himself. Bhushan's mother had passed away when he joined OTA. And for father, within 1 year, he was losing his wife and son. And he didn't have much of a family. And when I came to know that, it was first realization I had that I was not the only one who was losing my
Absolutely.
loved one. There were many more. Unfortunately, also, Nawang's OTA batch was very unfortunate. There were many deaths to follow, and there were many of the officers were injured. Two of them, they were in Pune. One was paraplegic, and another was a amputee. And when we met them, we realized that they were so much positive, and we learned, in fact, from them. At the same time, they became being the same age as Nawang and not having the parents there, I became their kind of help, or and they would call me. That time there was only what you call the phone calls, which they could do only after 11 o'clock. They would call me and talk to me about it because there were a lot of fears for the future and things like that. That is how I came into meeting everyone. So that is for them, it became a kind of a stepping stone to go then and face the world. And then slowly, of
You
course,
met
then
Manish
I
also.
many more.
Yes, Manish.
Yes. What I have found is that your immediate family also is affected. So are your immediate friends
Absolutely.
and everyone. So that is why general people, some touch is very important. You know, for everyone, and that not everyone can get. We don't have a system where people can help each other. One function for martyred family is not what they want. They want some help which is very easy, which says, okay, happy Diwali to you over a phone call, you know, or just ask you, this is the end of April, has your child done well in school? So these are the small things that we need. And frankly, even with all the Veer Naris, I have been a small support that way. But I think the more joy came in with Charu coming in, because as soon as she came home, her stand was that Nawang is not there, but I am there. And I think a lot of joy came in with that because she is full of laughter and full of small pranks. So that actually also lifted us up a lot, you know, because we were always a family who talked, who joked, and she came in with more vigor, more this thing, also saying that, I'm a Punjabi, so I'm better than you Jews in enjoying, you know. So I think I'm fortunate with having Charu and having others also who could help.
Yes.
Thank you, Mummy.
And incidentally, it is just in about 7 days, or 21st of November, Kanika would become an officer. She's an OTA, and the passing out parade is on 21st. Actually, we were to go. So I don't know what are the quarantine rules in Tamil Nadu, but she was very keen that we attend. So we have still kept it open. So, and we are very proud. What I've never seen such rise in a human being, say, losing husband and all problems with a child.
Yes.
She left her child at Mumbai with her parents.
Kanika has risen like anything.
Absolutely, the greatest rise in human being I've seen. That's why I'm very proud. Now on 21st, she'll become an officer and really fighting herself, more than country and world also.
I
can
think
say
Priya
one
Didi is
thing.
watching here. So Priya Didi here mentioned that you had sent her warm clothes when he went to UK, and in UK also you have been a big support system
Yes.
there for Priya Didi.
Yes.
And we have still to meet. We haven't met.
And
So I
Auntie,
think
yeah, I just wanted to tell that Auntie has been the local guardian of Major Manish in Mumbai.
What?
Means
Huh?
even
Who?
Major Manish Singh,
Major Manish Singh, yes,
when
of
he
course.
was in
Oh,
Pune, yes,
yes.
when he was in
Oh, yes.
Pune.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
They came to Bombay also many times, and every time we
Yeah.
used to spend time.
Yes.
Always go once or twice a week and eat a lot of batera
Yes.
vadas with him.
Yes.
He is such an inspiration for everyone.
Yes.
Yes. I think every soldier that I have met, and as a civilian, I would look at him. I mean, those who were injured, you know, it's very difficult for a civilian to accept any kind of injury or anything. And
Absolutely.
I saw all of them get over their difficulty as if it was nothing. One greatest example is of Gopal Mitra, who went blind. When I met him, he had point 0.8 with vision only in one eye.
And that was just about say 4 days
Yeah,
before Damang's accident. He was
yes.
at the same
He,
uh,
yes.
project that he was became blind. Then Damang's tragedy happened.
But he came to Bombay. He did his post graduation. He went to London School of Economics, and right now he's heading the
UNESCO, I mean, for handicapped persons,
UNESCO.
there is a whole division
Yeah,
in the United Nations. So he's head
yeah.
of that.
So he's the head of all disabled people in the world. And he gave his thing. He says, if you see the disabled, war disabled only, but the community is still so strong with their thinking, and they can give so much to the community back. So you can see that from where that uh, I would say that it's not only in the battles, but even the battle of life, they can reach the top.
And the spirit is great, absolutely.
Yes. So these are exceptional young men and women that we have in the armed forces.
Also, doing excellently well in his with all the struggles and everything.
Yes. Man, he's really excelled. He's actually reached the top. So that's why you feel proud. I mean, that is what the Indian Army does to your young boys. I mean, the spirit they
Absolutely.
bring out in them, it's unbelievable.
So I think that we are now approaching the concluding
I
section
think,
of our today's interaction. And
yes.
so I will request both Uncle and Auntie and Sonam Bhaiya to share your message with the audience, because we have many young boys and girls in our audience, and among them there are lots of young stars who want to join army. So I will request both of you to share your message with that young generation.
Well, the first, thought comes to me. In fact, in a way, maybe tragic. When Nawang died, General Padmanabhan was in charge he was the chief of India's army, and he knew me. So he wrote a letter which I'll never forget. That I'll share your grief with you because I know you. So personally, I'm very sorry to hear that you lost your son. But as a chief of the army, I would write, we need many more Nawangs to defend this country, and I hope Nawang's life will inspire more people to come in like Nawang and serve us. So, he said, as a person, friend of yours, I am really sad. But as an army chief, I have to say that we need many more Nawang to serve this country. And that I think was very, very appropriate and very positive way of saying things. Yes, Gita?
Auntie, I will just request you to give a message to the mothers, because generally the mothers, I mean, they are generally afraid of sending their sons to the borders, to the armed forces. So I will request you to give a message to the mothers of this nation.
Um, like you said, you have to go beyond your one son. You have to start seeing all of them as your sons. Only then that you can move forward. Otherwise, then uh, what I feel is, that unless you go beyond and think of others also, you make not only yourself uh, more miserable, but also your family. Because it's not, you can't even means if you see in my case, I wouldn't have given Sonam a joy, I wouldn't have given anyone a joy. So that is not what my son would have wanted me to be. If my son wanted me to be happy, I have to also try to give others some support, be happy in other officers, their grief, share their grief, and make army also very proud of all the families also should make that effort. But definitely one thing I can say, we do need a lot of support from the civilians, which is very hard to come.
Actually, Auntie, that happens with the coverage of news also. You see, in last few days, the news
Yes.
channels of India were so busy with the US presidential election and Bihar election and all. They even, I mean, didn't mention the name of the martyrs properly. Just 4 soldiers killed in action in Kashmir. They just did it by that way only. They didn't cover anything about the family, about the loss, about the four lives we have lost recently in for last 4 5 days. they never actually covered the news properly this time.
But also,
even
what I think that people should know the geography of India. They should take the efforts into knowing it, and
True.
should look beyond the small community. Only then they will understand. Most of the people don't understand what the mountains are, what the boundaries are, how difficult it is to live in these different boundaries, whether it's the harsh desert or whether it is the mountainous area. People just don't know India that well. That is also a big, big
True.
minus things.
Sonam Bhaiya, I would request you to please uh, tell Desh about your tomorrow's program. You
Uh, sure, Drija. So tomorrow will be 20 years since Nawang was killed in 11th November 2000. So we have a number of different activities planned. All of them will be centered around the website. So these are things which some of them we've been working on for quite some time. So we are we'll be releasing a six-part movie. It's based on the graphic novel which was created for Nawang 2 years ago. So we've converted that into a video with it's like a movie. So that should go up. We've also created a library of graphics for Nawang. So I think one of the things which we've realized over the years is it's important to get the message, but how you give the message has to be convenient to everyone. It has to be in a style and a manner which is contemporary, right? Like so today in COVID times, all of us are on an online call because that's the times that we live in today. So these graphics are meant more for social media and things like that. My mother, as I was mentioning, she has written a whole bunch of articles on incidences of Nawang before he joined the army. Some of my aunts have written about their memories of Nawang, very beautifully written ones. Quite a few of Nawang's OTA batchmates, they have written on incidences, and maybe I can share one on this call. So it is. There was so this person is from a Gorkha background now, and he was with Nawang in the OTA. Now, because he's from a Gorkha background, he cannot join the Gorkha Rifles as an officer. It has to be a different regiment. But he knew that Nawang wanted to join Gorkha regiment, so they used to hang around a lot together. So the incident goes like this: they were both first terms in OTA. In the evening in OTA, if two of you are you can't walk, you have to be running you or at a jog. So both these guys were generally walking, and they were out after the lockdown was after the closing. So when a JCO saw them and shouted out, but he was far. So he shouted out saying, "Hey, who are you guys? Stop there!" And they would get into trouble. They got caught basically. So he said, "Okay, let's run away. He'll never see us. We are too far for him to know who we are." Like you mentioned, everyone in OTA looks the same. He will. So Nawang said, "No, we made a mistake. We've gotten caught. We'll do whatever punishment is there. We will take the punishment." And this guy, Badal Subha, Major Badal Subha is his name. He writes that that day I knew he was right to be a Gorkha officer and would be able to lead the troops because it was a small thing. He could have run away from it, didn't run away, stood, took the punishment, and moved on. But there are quite a few other incidences like this. There is also about how they had bath during Camp Shatrujit in OTA. They were not supposed to, but they still insisted on bathing. So that's one of the things which will go up on the side. And we also have someone has composed a tune. Rajiv Chaudhary is composed a tune on Nawang called the Nawang Melody. So that's being released as well. So because there are, so what we are doing is it'll be released all between November 11th and Jan 26th. So every few days we will keep adding these on the website. Oh, I can see the website name has been put up by you, Adrian. Thanks.
And every year on 11th November, we, set up something small at home for Nawang with his picture and some flowers, or, not that you need a day to remember him, but on 11th especially, that, we kind of really appreciate what he's done and respect him for it.
And this is that
And that's
marigold
why we
flower,
can, I mean,
which is to be in memory of all Indian soldiers, not only Nawang,
Yes.
but all Indian soldiers. And this is, to be worn. Like in England, they always wear poppy, red poppy. If you see BBC News, just now they'll all be wearing this red poppy and giving
Put
them
it on
gifts.
you.
It is their tradition. I mean, they buy red poppy and sort of, donate for army funds. So similarly, here the Indian government and army has said that we have this yellow flowers, marigolds, which are supposed to be our national flower, and this you should wear anytime, exactly Army Day or Kargil Day or anything before that. So this is the celebration flower which from tomorrow will be sort of dedicated to memory of Nawang, and this will be used everywhere.
This is the initiative coming from the people to show the gratitude for the soldiers. Rest of our days, which are army days and all, that celebration is done by the army units. This is the people saying thank you to the all armed forces. So
Armed
that is
forces.
why the importance. And from the beginning of World War One to till now, wherever in different conflicts, whichever soldier has given his life, we have to think of all them, and in their memory, you can wear it for a day or more.
That's why 11th November is called the Remembrance Day. It is a worldwide event. And if you see on England, London, there will be a big parade. Maybe not this year because of COVID, where the Queen always comes and lays down flowers for soldiers, and then the parade goes on for an hour. So that's sort of a lot of traditions are there. Indian Army also has got many traditions for Kargil martyrs and everybody and all martyrs
Yes.
together. Of course, if you've seen the sort of this thing, Army Museum in Delhi, it's an unbelievably beautiful thing done.
And this is the way we can keep our next generation telling those stories and those about those heroes.
Yes,
Because this is my personal view that from that we never came to know about the war heroes or anything of I mean pre-Kargil era, before the Kargil war was happened. Kargil war was covered by the media very well, and that's why we are trying to, tell these stories to the next generation. We have to pass these stories to the next generation so that they can have some hero, they can have some idol in front of them.
yes. It's a wonderful and terrific initiatives that you have started, and we are very proud and
Yes.
associated with it. It's very good.
So,
Thank you so much, Uncle. Thank you. And with this, messages from Harish Uncle, Gita Aunty, and with messages from Sonam Bhaiya and Charu Bhabi. Today we are concluding our session with remembering Lieutenant Kapadia and everyone who laid down their lives to protect us, to protect our own motherland. So remember your heroes to make a better future for us. They will show you the way how to love the nation and how to serve the nation. And thanking Auntie, Uncle, Bhaiya, Bhabhi once again. We are concluding this session today.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Jai
Your good
Hind.
work. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Jan.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.